What is going on, everybody? This is Jamo back again, bringing you some core domination on the map Precinct. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But first off, before I get into this gameplay, I wanted to apologize to everybody for not uploading a video like I normally do each week. What ended up happening is that I was doing some upgrades on my internet, and to make a long story short, there was some problems that the technicians ran into that enabled me to have any internet access until Thursday, February 2nd. So I basically went pretty much almost all week without any internet and without being able to play this game. So this is only my second gameplay since getting my internet back. My first game was a 2-on-5 match, and of course I was on the two-man team. I guess that was the game's way of welcoming me back. And by the way, this is my favorite spot to hold when it comes to playing this map right here. So I'm going to focus on the gameplay now and let you know what I'm doing. And as you can see, once again, this is my favorite spot, as I mentioned. And normally from that area right there, once you get a few kills, they tend to keep on coming back over and over again, as you see right now. Now you see me coming back and forth, and that's just in case somebody tries to sneak up behind me. Also, as you can see right about now, see somebody try to sneak up behind me. And you saw me use the rewind payload from the Subnatic rig, and this is actually my very first time using that. Now right now I heard somebody coming, but instead of staying behind the fence, I decided to go forward because I kind of figured they would probably expect me to continue being behind the fence, and I didn't jump just in case there was somebody behind that first guy, just like there was right there. So I didn't want to be up in the air and be vulnerable. Now this spot right here, this is another area that I love holding. For some reason, they hardly ever, I would probably say well over 95% of the time, they hardly ever look over here. And a lot of times, they don't even think about looking in that direction. And with that kill, you see me pick up my Thor. Now, not even halfway into the first half, I'm already into my highest score streak that I'm using. Now, normally I don't use the Thor, but I've actually just recently watched a video that one of my favorite YouTubers, Seiken Madraj, most of you that follow my channel already know who he is. For those that don't, he is on my featured channels list. Check him out. He's one of the best players in this game. But so he just recently did a video for this same map, and the score streak setup that he was using was the Shock Sentry, Warden, and the Thor. Now, I would have loved to use the Shock Sentry, but unfortunately I don't have it unlocked, so I ended up going with the UAV instead. But I did use the Warden and the Thor, as you see right now. So since I'm actually going into the score streaks setups that I'm using while I'm running this Thor, let me go ahead and show you my weapon setup that I'm using. Now, normally when I play core, I like using the Mauler Mammoth, but right now I'm using the Fallout, Quick Draw, Suppressor, and Extended Mags with Ghost, Hardline, Cold Blooded, and Gung Ho. Now, normally instead of Hardline, I would use Scavenger, but I'm not using it for two reasons. Number one, I don't have it unlocked, but even if I did, I wouldn't use it since I'm actually using the Subnatic rig with rewind payload. And one of the benefits of rewind is that whenever you use it, it replenishes your ammo, it fills up your magazine, but once again it replenishes your ammo, so you don't really need Scavenger for that reason. Not to mention that I'm also running extended mags. Now normally I like using the FTL's Phase Shift with Perception, or Striker with Macro Turret and Harden, but once again I wanted to try something new, and so I decided to give this Subnatic a try with a rewind. And as you can see, it just helped me win that gunfight right there. So let me skip forward just a little, since this first half is pretty much coming almost towards an end. I do have a UAV that I can use though, but I'm just going to hold on to it for the second half. And just 2 more seconds and I could have gotten a double kill right there. And as you can see, we're down 63 to 100. And as you can see, as the second half is starting out, one of my teammates is calling in a drone package, and I could be wrong, but I think that was the only score streaks that my teammates are have called in, and it happened to be a vulture. but nothing really that I think could have helped us. And I'm actually playing with a bunch of randoms, so I'm actually playing by myself. And it looks like the enemies had also gotten some drone packages to start the second half, and but they just ended up getting better score streaks in their drone package. And as you can see, the rewind just saved my life there. With a little bit of luck there, I really thought that their vulture was about to get me. For some reason, it always seems like they always track me down, but whenever I get the vulture, I never seem to be able to get any kills. And so as you can see, they keep on coming towards C, so you will usually get quite a few kills from this area. And I already knew that that grenade was going to kill me. But since I knew that we needed to keep C in order to be able to stay into the game, I just took the death as long as I was able to get him off C, which it didn't seem to help. And you see me pick up a nice little kill. Now you see me run straight through A, and I did that for a reason. I wanted them to hear that somebody was around A, so I wanted to see if any enemy, either from my right side or from my left side, would try to go around that area to try to see, which one of us was there, so that I can hopefully pick them up. And as soon as I heard that they were capturing B, I knew that their attention was right there, so I came over to help and capture A. Now, as soon as we got that, I'm going straight to C, and I'm going to try to help capture that. And you see the rewind saved my life once again. Now, since they know that I'm around here somewhere, I'm just waiting for them. And I got a nice little double kill right there. And once again, I don't know if you paid attention when I did the rewind, how it ended up, replenishing my ammo and filling up my magazine. And their vulture got me. And at this moment, I see that we're really far behind. And normally I would be a little bit more patient, especially when it comes to running towards this area. But I'm trying to push the pace a little bit more and not being quite as patient, only because I don't have the time to do so, or to be, as patient. And it looks like they're starting to get into their score streaks at this moment. Now, at this moment, I heard somebody inside the building, and that's why I waited for him to come out. Now, at this moment, I'm now just trying to figure out, what's going on. And as you can see, they're starting to get into their score streaks. Now, I'm not really too worried about the counter UAV that they got, because I'm used to playing hardcore, so I'm used to playing without a minimap. But as you can see, they got their vulture. I'm not their vulture. I mean their Thor, and they got their Warden. And even though they got the Warden, I'm still trying to defend B and do whatever I can, at least from this area. But at this point, the game is pretty much out of reach, and there's not much that I can do. I normally have at least one class set up with blind eye, but I completely forgot to set it up. I ended up trying different class setups, and I forgot to include blind eye on one of my classes. And even though the Thor is out there, even if I get killed, instead of going for cover, I'll try to help capture it. Even though it's not really going to make any difference, the game is pretty much over. Didn't really get much help from my teammates getting any score streaks, so I ended up the match 32-4. And yep, that's pretty much how the game went. So I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. Hope you find it helpful, and I will catch you all soon.